Kenya, by the way.
No, thank you very much. I really like it here.
Since Sunday, you arrived on Sunday.
Yes.
How has it been so far?
Oh man, it's been great. I love it here. It's just different. It's a different world. I love it.
Have you got to eat the whole different kinds of Kenyan foods?
Kenyan food. Yeah, I had chapati. I think it was today. She called it chapati. It was good. I mean, I like it. I like trying different things. It's nice to be back home again. You know?
And we should probably get you a Kenyan name if you don't have it. I think
sure.
The production team and my director will get you a Kenyan name before you leave. As we conclude.
Let me hear it.
A whole Kenyan name that defines you. But then we'll brainstorm all that later. But then let's talk about why you're in Kenya. Basically.
Hang on a minute. You're not going to call me little kitty cat or something for my Kenyan name.
No, we definitely know you call yourself Big Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah, but then now we'll definitely look for something else.
Right.
Yeah.
No kitty cat. No.
All right. So first of all, you trace your roots to Congo.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, but then this is the first time you're in Africa.
Yes.
Kenya is your first destination.
Kenya.
Why Kenya, not Congo?
Because my partner's from Kenya, so we started. I thought we'd start here. To go to Congo, absolutely, we're going to go to Congo. We're going to go actually for all the African countries.
Oh, so you started in Kenya, then
yes.
You definitely
then we go, yes,
and all that.
Absolutely.
Now, for our new, for people who are looking at you and they're wondering who is this guy, you can give them a brief history, rather. Since then, who you are.
I'm Gary Goodridge. I have one of the top 10 knockouts in UFC history. I'm a fighter. I was born in Trinidad. I live now in Canada, in Ontario, right next to Toronto. I was a Canadian heavyweight boxing champion, amateur, UFC champion, arm wrestling champion several times over, North American, Canadian, world, several times over. UFC 8, again, as I said, UFC 8 runner-up, and K1, kickboxing, K1 champion, 2004, and Hawaii champion. So as you can see, I went over a lot of sports. Most of my sports are striking, and then arm wrestling was strength. I was always a sports person. I love competing. I
think that now the biggest question viewers will have is why I'm wrestling. Because even looking at the kind of videos and the kind of zeal that you had in the ring, people are like, why will you get into this? Because it is a dangerous game. First of all, it is the whole blood and tears and all that inside the ring. Why arm wrestling?
Arm wrestling, my dad and I used to arm wrestle all the time. And he used to beat me with one finger. Man, I used to be so upset that this man is beating me with one finger. Oh man, I worked hard to beat him probably from the time about 6 years old.
You were 6 when you started?
When I started arm wrestling, my father, yeah. So I used to have to try to beat him with one finger. He'd arm wrestle me like this. And it got me upset, so I started training more. And all of a sudden I met up somebody from the Canadian arm wrestling team. And there goes my a guy named Phil Stoppard with my Canadian arm wrestling team, and then went on from there and became world champion several times over.
Oh, definitely. And keep talking to us on our social media platforms at TV47KE and Facebook, Twitter. A lot of comments coming in right here. I mean, definitely see Musungisi says, I want to thank him for choosing East Africa, and most especially Uganda and Kenya will be promoting the game. People watching tuned right here. Gikonyo Mshuri says tuned. Robert Neberton says he's my promoter, but then you came with him. He says he's your promoter and champion. Says says Darusel says that they're watching right here.
Yeah.
And you do have like a whole following on and you always have this you have to the whole give devotion and positivity and the kind of vibes each and every single time.
Yes.
How has this helped you over the years in such a game?
How to stay positive? It's just me. It comes from within. I give out who I am. Positive mover, think positive, always want to be positive. That's the only way you get from this world, you know, and try to push forward, and mentally you got to stay tough. So that's how it is.
You sit down and think about some of those quotes, and you're like, let me post this.
No, I see the quotes, and I like them, and then I just make them up as I go. As I go, I see them, I either use them or I'll change them around so it fits me better and post it out there. There's a man that's helped me too, a great friend of mine, Burley Monk. We've been doing a lot of work, as well as you know, my Twitter posts. It's okay. I post positive things. Obviously, you've seen it. I post to be positive because I'm positive. I'm all about positivity.
Let's talk about the mixed martial arts in Kenya, in Africa. This is a sport that, well, it's growing. Yes. It has gained its whole traction. And you, as the president of the African Fighting Championships, what have you seen so far? Are we on the right track in promoting the sport?
You know, there's several little groups of promoters around Africa. They're relatively small. Myself, I got to go on a bigger scale. Yes, I want to help Africa. I want to help our young children, kids that are grown up, give them other. Not everybody can be a doctor or a lawyer, you know, but a lot can be athletes, and we have to pull that out of them to be athletes and take them away from the streets and continuing crime, moving on the crime stage. Now I want to give these young people jobs, make them have the things to inspire to that they can earn good money at. This is what happened to me. You know, like I said, I was never going to be a doctor or a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So I decided to fight, and here I am now, owning my own company, pushing ahead.
Now, what about now the African fighters who start in Africa and all? Then they gain the popularity basically in fighting in the UFC, basically in the Ultimate Fighting Championships. Mm-hmm. Should we have less of this basically, so that they actually gain the whole popularity in Africa instead of getting to know them outside there?
The UFC, there's three champions the UFC has that are from African descendants. But yeah, I think that we in AFC are going to make our own champions. I have a guy right now I'm looking at that'll probably be champion for a while. So I'm over here looking at people, checking out sponsors, and I think I have somebody pretty good that'll win. As a matter of fact, he came right here and with me in there.
Definitely, and the whole I think since Sunday basically till now, you've been in Kenya. You've been interacting with some of these fighters, right? Yeah. How has it? What have you learned basically? Now, when you come to the ground and you hear from the fighters, the people who are passionate about mixed martial arts and all that.
I hear good things. I hear good things. I see good things. Of course, I have another 10, 12 days here, and I'll see even more. I'm looking forward to going to the gym tomorrow to watch my top prospect now, to watch how he works and see what he looks like with other competition. So I'm looking. It's not easy. There's a lot of talent here, raw talent. There's a lot of raw talent that I'm hoping to bring around.
And any key? I mean, you definitely mentioned you do have prospect, but then any others that you've noticed in Kenya, basically.
I've only went to one gym, and in the gym I have a lot of prospects. But again, it's only one gym. There could be much better people in other gyms, but I've only been in one gym, so I'm looking for other gyms to go to, and of course we always have. It's good for all around, sponsors, investors. I'm looking for something that'll be conducive to what I'm doing.
And I think you should really go back deep into the Kenyan, kind of ghettos basically, and look at places like Kayole and such like places deep into even in the interior places like Meru, and see the fighters there.
Yes.
There's like a whole raw talent. In December, you'll be having an event in Canada.
Yes, yes.
Tell us about that.
December 16th, we're having a tournament. It's going to be our first tournament, AFC. And like I said, I have a really good guy that I'm hoping that'll win everything. Of course, we have several won fights, but this guy, I think I'll put him up with a belt because he deserves it. So we'll see how it works out. Yes, I'm looking forward to our first tournament on the 16th. Man, I'm excited about it. We're starting out in Kenya, and as I said, we're going to go to all the African countries, and hence African Fighting Championship.
So you'll basically be in Kenya for like 12 days, then you leave, then you come back for the event, or you'll stick around till the event?
No, I have to go to Turkey and Dubai.
So after Kenya, which the next stop is?
I leave here on the 10th, and then I go to Turkey for a couple of days. About a week. Then I go to Dubai. Then I got to turn around and come back here. So I got a lot of other traveling to do. But yeah, I got a busy little time.
Definitely, and you had promised your fans that when you come to Kenya, and obviously for that particular event, you're becoming the other UFC legends, the likes of Smith and Mark Coleman. Are we such to also see them in
yes,
Kenya?
Mark Coleman, he's a UFC Hall of Famer as well too. He's coming over with me, just as other stars at the event. Tom Erickson, Mark Coleman, and Maurice Smith have been really bugging me. Wants to come. Great friend of mine. They're all the three of them I trained with, and they've all stayed over at my house training me and working out together. But yeah, we're gonna get together and we're gonna all come here for the first tournament. Yeah.
I believe right now you're retired, right, from the whole the whole punching and all that. Now before your retirement, how was your day like? When you start and till the end of the day.
Today,
yeah.
As in when I'm in Kenya.
No, not in Kenya. Like before when you're an active fighter.
Man.
How did your normal routine day look like?
Okay, my day. I'd wake up in the morning, you'd have to go and eat when you're working out. When you're working for being champion in whatever sport you are, you wake up and you gotta eat. You have to have a good meal with a lot of carbs.
Which let's say the whole meal.
The first thing in the morning, I like to have cereal, and I have porridge, oatmeal. That's a heavy carbs, so I'll take that in. And after that, then I'll go work out. Have a first workout in the morning. I'll either do a run, a long run, an hour, or I'll do sprints, 10 to 15 100-yard sprints, going against younger people that can really beat me. So that'd be pushing me. Lunchtime, I'd go home and sleep right away. Go home, sleep, relax, watch a little TV. And
sleep for how long? Maybe we're really viewers are like, okay, sleep. So maybe the whole nap. How important really is the whole sleep and all that? And maybe for how long?
Oh man, the sleep is important. You need sleep. You can't do anything without sleep.
You do need sleep every single time.
You do need sleep and good food. So you come home, you go have your workout, you do whatever. You come home, you get ready to eat, and then, like I said, then you go to sleep. You go to sleep for an hour, 2 hours. But sometimes, if you had too much sleep and you're not sleepy, you still gotta lie down, get off your feet, put your feet up, just totally relax. And from there, you just eat for lunch, you don't do nothing, and right into the evening. So you gotta understand what workout do you want? Before dinner or after dinner? If it's after dinner, it's got to be 2-3 hours after, so it's a late workout, or it's before dinner, an hour before dinner. And
definitely, when you're practicing, you always have a trainer every single time.
You have to have trainers. You have to have people to train with, because not necessarily your trainers, the sparring partners. You have to have trainers so you can run with, so you can match yourself up with them. So you always got to be tired, and they got to be fresh to actually compete. Everybody has that. You got to place yourself. It's a mind game. It starts from day one of the training.
You've been fighting for quite so many years.
Yeah.
Which has been, looking back, you can say this was my best fight ever, and obviously why?
Oh man, the best fight I ever had was probably against Peter Arts. I lost it. I lost it, but the fight that I learned the most from, I learned that how to pick my leg up and block. This guy beat me like crazy. Oh my goodness, my legs are swole up almost double the size.
I was actually coming to that, because obviously there's always injuries inside the ring.
Yes.
Have you ever had the worst kind of injury? Paint us a picture of the worst kind of injury that you've ever had that really made you, rest for a couple of days or weeks.
I fought Oleg Taktarov. Here's the worst injury I ever had. I fought Oleg Taktarov, and he was down on the ground, and I kicked him in the face. I think it was Pride 1. I kicked him in the face and broke my foot. But I had to still have to finish the fight. So I ended up finishing the fight. I won the fight because when I kicked him in the face, I pretty well dazed him, and I was able to get the win. But that's about the worst injury I had, and broke my foot on somebody's head.
Wow. And the whole time, you're injured, but then you're like, I can't really wait to go back to the ring.
Yes, you can't wait to get back to the ring. Yes, it's like here I'm 56 years old, and I want to get in the ring myself. Wow. Even now,
actually, who will you be willing to fight at this age right now? You were saying, if I really had this, this guy in the ring, I will retire peacefully.
Yes. Yeah. Right now, I would like to fight Francis. He's UFC champion. I'd like to fight him. You always want to test yourself with whoever you're fighting. You always think, man, I can do that better. I can do that better. But I'm an old man, so who knows? I'm old. I'm 56.
Yeah. What goes on in your mind when you're a wrestler, when you're fighting there in the ring? The bell goes. It's round 1. And what goes in your mind? Your opponent is there, probably in the blue corner, in the red corner. What goes in your mind that's the whole time?
In the backstage, lots go in your mind. When you get in the ring, your mind's got to be blank. It's a total blank.
So now in the backstage, what are you thinking?
In the backstage, I'm thinking, okay, you don't want to embarrass yourself. First thing you come to yourself, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Embarrass yourself how? You don't want to get out there and then freeze and then get beaten up by somebody that shouldn't beat you. These are all the things that are coming into your head, and then sometimes you get scared and you don't know how to react, and that's scared. Being that scared can also help you because being afraid will help you react faster and make things happen quicker in your head. So when you're doing this, I'm already doing that and that and that. I'm way ahead of you. So being afraid works for you. So being afraid is a good thing. When you're not afraid, you shouldn't fight.
And now, okay, obviously, you started in the ring at that particular time. Yeah. A mistake might happen, probably. What goes on? Because I've seen, mistakes happen, and then later on you actually come to win. Probably, you hit on the leg, then
then you end up winning.
Yeah. But then now after regaining, basically, actually now, how do you regain all that after you've made a mistake?
It all comes in training. If you train hard and you push yourself to the limit to whatever you do, anything that you can face, you can get back. Whatever situation that comes at you, you can handle. Because when you train hard, it makes you tough. It makes you tough if you train hard. If you don't train hard, then of course you're not. You have to train hard beyond whatever the normal person can think. You train hard, and that alone sets you for whatever comes at you. Yeah.
I'm being told that we don't really have enough time. Your final words and words of encouragement to the fighters out there who are looking at you and they're saying, I really want to meet Gary one day. And right now, we're in Africa, we're in Kenya, and the fighters that passionate about this. Your final words as we conclude.
My final words is, if you want to get involved in the tournament that I'm having, give me a call. Gary H. Goodridge. My Twitter, at Gary H. Goodridge. The whole thing is never quitting. Number one, never quit, never give up on yourself. A lot of people end up doing that when they really shouldn't. Always push forward, be positive, go forward, get your dream, reach out and grab your dream. A lot of people can't.
All right.
A lot of people can't.
Right. Gary Goodridge, it has been an honor to have you right here.
The pleasure's all yours.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
And thank you. And
all right.
Definitely. And thank you for all of you who have been, tuned in. I'll be running it through some few sports stories. Don't